want to botch this. Hey, everybody. Welcome to a special edition Revival Town podcast. I'm Chuck Tate. That's Andy King. And that's Dave James.
Oh, Dave is in the room. Hey. You know, we've had some fun times with Dave. And we were just saying how the last time he was in this studio just next door, he was dressed as Elf.
Yeah,
remember that?
Right. Which is weird because it's an Easter podcast. Why did Dave dress as Elf? It was the first thing I put on that morning.
Oh, you look great in it, Dave.
Thank you.
It's weird you have to wear it every week,
I
though.
know, yeah.
Oh, man. So, Chuck, how you doing?
I'm doing good. We were laughing a lot before we hit record, right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
and
Well,
my,
in the
my
intro,
glasses
we were
are all steamed up. It's been a long night.
It's been a long week.
No more songs. No more songs. Go to bed. Go to bed.
So,
No more fights. No.
So if you're tuning in, we have just got done with Dave, who did an amazing job.
Yes.
You got pretty serious there when I mentioned about Dave preaching. That's good, Chuck.
Yeah,
You did-
that took the smile off your face, didn't it?
No, it was excellent.
But in Mission Peoria classic style, the kids just like singing at the end of the
They
service.
did. Yeah.
right.
And
It was
They
special.
like singing at the beginning of the service and then again at
Yeah,
the end
yeah,
of the
yeah,
service.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, a lot of singing.
yeah. So
Which is good. I mean, they're praising God. They're celebrating.
Yeah.
I'm singing.
Oh, I got a great outfit that I could.
oh man. Now, Chuck, you did send me a picture today, which I may try and edit into this.
Oh, yeah.
Because I don't know what possessed you, but you decided to go out and be with the kids all day.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sleep good tonight.
On the front lines.
On the
as they
front
say.
lines of Mission-
Battlefront.
Yeah. He was taking the 309 by storm.
Yeah.
Yes.
And how was that today, Chuck?
It was good. Honestly, it's amazing how much work these kids do.
Yeah.
And they're still standing at the end singing one more song.
Yeah.
Chanting one more song. Because I am wiped out just from one day.
Yeah.
You know, raking and picking up grass.
And that was just your house. Why did you take them there?
I need help. But no, I'm really impressed. It's pretty remarkable, all the service projects that get finished throughout the week.
Yeah.
But those kids, they work so hard during the day. And then they minister,
Yeah.
and then they go to church.
That's fantastic.
So, yeah, it really is.
It
Yeah.
has been a really good week. Crazy thing happened. We can share this on the podcast tonight, but we got a bit of a scare. Did I tell you about this?
You did.
Yeah, we got a bit of a scare this morning. Someone went to the local Christian radio station and was asking for me, which was weird because I don't work at the Christian radio station. But then they told him where I did work. And this guy,
Way to go.
and this guy was not all there. Left shouting at them. He was shouting that someone was trying to murder him. He then got in his car. Instead of going on the road, he went straight across the grass. And so we had to lock down the Dream Center. We didn't know if he was coming here or not.
Man, I have talked to my dad about doing that. Come on, Dad, knock it off.
So
Andy's not there. It's an interview. No, but I actually thought you were there. I didn't realize that you weren't there.
where? CIC?
yeah,
No.
Okay.
He just showed up.
Wow.
Yeah, and so anyway, that started my day, and then there was a few other things that happened, and then you're sending me pictures. While I'm struggling for my life. There you are, just hot because you're cutting grass.
Raking grass.
Yeah. What's the deal with that?
At least I wasn't smoking it.
Oh, you normally are, but so obviously you preached last night, but tonight we had Dave preaching, and always a treat for his stories. You know what story he told? He talked about the mountain that he did get to the top of.
I did. There was a mountain.
It was honestly a perfect way to end the week.
Mountaintop?
Yeah, Mountaintop Valley, and take everything with you.
I didn't realize I was on the night after Chuck. That's, That would have intimidated me a lot more had I known that.
No,
So,
it was a good week, good night tonight.
Yeah, it was.
I loved it.
I've heard great feedback on all the speakers. Been a
Yeah,
good week
yeah, really.
yeah.
Honestly, it was excellent.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
Minus last night. Dave, I know that you have done Mission Peoria many times.
Yeah.
In fact, you knew this story was going to come up, but the year that we decided to have a Dream Center soccer team, and we get to the final, but the week before the final, at the semi-final, whatever it was, I decided to snap my ACL knee ligament, which was 2 weeks before Mission Peoria. And so,
If you're listening at home, kids, this is when old people play sports. They need to realize we shouldn't be playing soccer anymore. Our legs don't twist and bend like they used to. That was the point in Andy's life where it's like, oh, yep. This is a young man's game.
but at the time you were on staff at Riverside.
Yeah.
And so I said, Dave, you got to help me here because I'm not going to be there. Like, I was in a wheelchair.
Just to, this wasn't like 6 months before. It's like it's like an hour and a half. Oh, by the way, Dave. That's what it felt like.
You got this.
Yeah.
We trust you, Dave.
Yeah.
So that week, I remember, all I remember is lying on my couch and sending you videos and texting you.
Yeah.
Like, all the time.
If there's one thing worse than having to run Mission Peoria by yourself for a week, it's having to run it while your phone's incessantly ringing and you check and it's another video from a guy on a couch with his leg up saying, hey,
one more thing, mate.
Don't forget, they've got to rake the grass. Andy!
Oh my goodness.
Tell you what.
It was
That
fun,
is-
though,
It was
wasn't
a fun week.
well, at least from the couch it was.
They're like, this will teach them. I'm going to add this to the plate this year.
Oh, man. But I know, Dave, you've been involved in a lot of youth camps, a lot of Mission Peorias, things like that. How important do you think weeks like this are for students?
I love camps, Mission Peorias, this kind of thing. And actually, to be honest with you, I love certain aspects of Mission Peoria above camps, because camps tend to be like a lot of fun activities, play during the day, and then an evening meeting where the lives are like challenged by worship, the message, that kind of thing. But what I've always loved about Mission Peoria is it's got a more of a holistic approach, in that you still get the evening kind of camp meetings, but then during the day they're learning what it's like to be the hands and feet of Jesus. They're out there serving, and I think you can learn as much from something like that as you can from any worship night, any speaker. So, and I just think kids who come on a week like this go back different.
Yeah.
So
Right.
definitely.
I was impressed with my kids just watching them do ministry. I mean, they were workhorses, and they weren't lazy. They went all in with that. But then to watch them do the VBS.
Yeah.
I was really impressed with them leading games and dancing and, doing a message and praying. I'm like, wow, I haven't seen this side of some of these kids.
Yeah.
And I believe there'll be kids in ministry one day who'll look back and say, I remember this week when I was 14 going to Mission Peoria.
Right.
I saw God use me, and I was like, man, I love this. And it's a taste of what He's got in store for them in the future.
I was going back and forth a bit with Robert Osborne, who grew up in the church at Riverside, was friends with my boys, friends with your boys.
Bob.
And
I used to call him
Bob. Yeah, Bob. He'll love that.
He will. If you're listening, hey, Bob. Bob.
But he now is the youth pastor at Zoe Church in LA, where Chad Veach is the senior pastor.
Yeah. Cool.
And we were texting. He's like, there was moments of Mission Peoria that has set me up. For what I'm doing now.
Yeah. Wow.
And so
it's almost like a fork in the road. You got these points in your life, and it becomes it literally sets you on a path towards what God's got for you, and it's just brilliant to know that that's happening this week.
Yeah. How did you? I know I gave you the message and everything.
Yeah.
I think I asked this the other night. How do you go about putting it?
He gave me the title of the message. Most of what I said tonight was original.
That's right. Sorry, that's what I meant.
And you're going to talk about climbing up the mountain.
Read this.
Tell the crap story.
Tell the story about when you broke your knee playing soccer. That wasn't me, Andy. That was you. Just tell the story.
And your
Just
third
read
point
it how it
is,
says. Yeah.
you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and break.
Yeah. So I think you were saying when you gave me the title
Of
yes,
the message.
yes.
Sorry.
Just don't in the audience thinking, what a sham. That's AJ.
Yeah. I know for me, he said, watch this video of Stephen Furtick.
Exactly.
Wait a minute.
Well, that's what you do every week.
Oh, man. Annette
man.
said she wouldn't tell anybody that.
She did.
No,
But how do you go about, like, because obviously you're preaching on a Sunday, which is a different crowd than a Mission Peoria. How do you go about that, like, getting it right for where you're wanting to present to?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, it's a little intimidating. I speak every Sunday on Connect to the congregation that I'm used to speaking to. Right. So suddenly now you're preaching outside of your comfort zone, different group of people. And because I haven't been here all week, I kind of came in, thinking, but fortunately, because I'd been in Mission Peorias before, I kind of knew, where the kids were going to be at.
Although I do want to say, Chuck's been here every night. The commitment level is a little more than yours,
I
Dave.
could tell that he took this speaking gig very seriously.
You told me I had to be.
Wait, so I don't.
You're only preaching if you come every night.
I don't need to. The only reason I'm raking this grass is because
Yeah. Oh,
No,
man. You didn't tell me I was going to have to do some roofing.
Yeah, well, my house needed it.
Oh man! No, I will tell you what. So knowing you'd asked me to speak on the last night, I did kind of think, okay, this is the last message that these guys and girls are going to hear before they leave, and they're on a high right now, and fantastic high. They're seeing God at work. The worship is incredible, but I know next week the enemy's going to start lying to them and say that was all in your imagination. And I just wanted to share something of a reminder that now God can use you as much next week in your high school, in your youth group, as He's been using you this week.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you really emphasize telling others about what they experienced. Telling others about Christ.
Yeah.
And we knew going into it, even from the first night when we started looking at some of the prayers that were written on the prayer banner that we have. We knew that we had a bunch of kids that were coming to Mission Peoria with a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And this is a week where it's their bit of heaven, right? They can be away from it for a week and be able to really get into God and really get focused for going back and getting help. So I think it was also Chuck was the only American that has preached this week. In fact, did he tell you what he did last night?
I didn't.
Chuck, why don't you share? Because it went down really well, didn't it?
I don't know. I was thinking I was going to ruin the message. For the first 5 minutes, I talked with a British accent.
So wait, let me clarify.
I attempted.
You didn't
talk
just
with the
say
British accent.
a line in it. You literally the first five.
Oh, yeah, mate. It was a bit of a cringe fest.
People were like, "Well, this
Because everybody
guy
was like, is he going to keep going? Is he going to stop?
This guy, he looks white, but he sounds like he's from Pakistan. So I'm not sure. What is this accent that he's talking with? Because he's not from.
I probably went 2
East
minutes
Peoria.
too long with that. So I'm like, oh man, I'm going to have to. Let's pray so I can recover.
Actually, I commend you because I feel like you made me cross that point where you're like, I've gone too long now, I can't stop. And you would have had to do the entire message in English. Just in an English accent. It's like, I can't bail out now.
Oh man, oh no, it was good though, wasn't it, mate? I mean, you did a good job, Chuck.
Thanks.
You did.
Yeah.
For an American.
For an American.
For an American, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, so let's talk a bit.
What was that?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's talk a bit about your church, connect.
Yes.
Because I know there's a lot of folks that are going to it. And I know you've been on the podcast before, but I think what I like about it, looking from the outside in, is your heart for your community.
Yeah.
And can you just talk about what Connect really is and means to you?
Sure. So we planted the church back in 2013, Casey, my wife and I, and we'd actually been on staff here at Riverside for about 7 years, but we were living in Washington. So this was our home. This was our community. And if you're listening and you don't know the central Illinois area, Washington's kind of a small bedroom community of Peoria. About 16,000 people live there. It's just lovely. It's where my wife was born and grew up. So we loved living there. We loved living life with our neighbors and our friends. So when we started a church, we were finding that we just had a heart to reach the people of Washington. So when you start a church, you've got no idea if people are going to come or not. So you've got to really be intentional about going out into the community and getting to know people and serving the community. And really, we were doing all this because we wanted to let them know, hey, there's a new church coming. We'd love you to be a part of it. But what we found was in doing this at the beginning, it was like, wow, we really are enjoying doing this. And the community was responding well to this church that was a brand new church that was wanting to serve the community and help with community events and send volunteers to. So once we were up and running, it kind of became who we were as a church there in Washington. So really cool story. We 5 years ago, we purchased a building that is now our permanent church location, and
which is really nice. I want to say.
Yeah, well,
'cause I just saw it for the first time.
Yeah, you've never been there.
Yeah.
2 weeks ago. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
Tate, you need to get out of
I know,
Germantown.
Well, what's funny when you said that, because you've spoken for us at Connect, but I realized, it was when we were still in the middle school. So yeah.
That would be really awkward
know.
if you'd have said, wow, I've never been here before.
Except for that one time you preached. Oh wait, no, that wasn't you. The guy in an American accent. You're clearly English.
But no, I don't know if there's another church in our area that is truly reaching their community like
Well,
Connect.
and even in our layout of our building, when we built it, we knew we were going to have church services there on a Sunday, but we wanted to feel like a kind of community space, so it could be used throughout the week for different. And honestly, for Casey and I, it's just blown our minds, because that was our vision from the beginning, to see how much it's being used. Just this last week, the middle school was in practicing for their play. They're doing their play there. We got a car show this Sunday or Saturday out in the parking lot. We have a food truck thing with like 20 or 30 food trucks set up in our parking lot, and hundreds of people come and eat food, and it's just fantastic. So.
Yeah, food trucks.
I tell you,
he'll be there. He'll be there for it. You mentioned food, he's there.
I know.
Man. So no, tell us another thing that Dave is great at is hosting England games.
Oh yeah, that's another.
Every 2 years.
Yeah. You guys had a spread.
Yeah, you came. That's how you came, right?
Yeah, we put on some English food.
I walked right into that. I
You
set that up.
did.
Yeah.
It was good though. It was good. What's that thing you make, Dave?
Well, we've done pavlova.
Oh, Dave can do a pavlova.
Yeah, I can.
Were you here for pavlova?
People are
I've never even
Googling
heard
that
of
right.
pavlova.
People who are listening to this are Googling it right now. Yes, those pictures that are coming up, there's a pavlova right there.
Oh,
that is,
that's good stuff.
Yeah.
It's good
It's
stuff.
meringue.
Meringue, with fresh cream
and strawberries.
Oh,
Man, I hear Angel singing.
yeah.
Good British dish.
Oh man. Well, Dave, it has been great having you on. Chuck, you've been a bit quiet tonight. Are you all right,
I'm
mate?
just laughing.
Laughing or sore? Sore from the
from raking the grass and vacuuming the church. And,
Mate, honestly,
carrying benches.
I've got to say, my hat is going off to both of you. It's 10:06 at night. I'm in bed normally by this time, okay? So I'm feeling a bit tired. And you guys have been here all week long. That's one thing I do remember at Mission Peoria is how late you stay up and how early you get up.
We don't choose to though, Dave.
I know.
I mean, it's these kids don't go to bed.
I know.
And then you got to get up for 6 o'clock, otherwise they steal the showers.
Yeah.
Oh,
Are you sleeping in your office?
Yeah. I'm
That's-
sleeping in my office.
On an airbed.
Nathan, who spoke the other night.
Yeah.
He's in there with me. It's good though because I've got this new sleeping contraption. So he wakes up in the middle of the night, and he'll look over, and there I am with this thing up my nose.
Darth
and
Vader.
Well, no, I don't do that. That's what I used to sound like. He wouldn't be able to be in my office if I didn't have this contraption now. Is that a bit too much information?
No.
That's a bit too much power.
Not on this
Nathan. If
podcast.
he goes and turns that thing off in the middle of the night, what happens to you?
I'll tell you what. Because you have to hit go, you know what I mean? so you put it up, you put it up the nose.
You have to put...
But you've got to hit it quick, otherwise you start like gagging.
Yeah.
But you're not supposed to put tea in it.
Oh man. Well, Dave, we want to thank you for stopping.
Yes.
Oh, I asked you, is there anything you wanted to say?
Yeah, sorry. I interrupted the thing. But, yeah.
I thought it was a great night, great week, perfect way to end the night.
Great week. This is the last podcast of the Mission Peoria week.
Yes, it's been special. So.
Yeah, we hit our 200th episode of Revival Town on Tuesday night.
Yeah.
And nearly 100,000 downloads.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's been a good week, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has been.
So we're going to take a few weeks off, though, next few weeks.
Yes.
Of the podcast. We've got some recorded ones and stuff, but so thank you for listening and being a part of it.
You got to come back more often.
I love it.
We seem to laugh a lot when we're...
Oh, we need to. We need to do like a Dave spot, don't we?
Yeah. We should do a new podcast called Two Brits and a Bloke.
Oh, man. It might fly better than Revival Town. Oh, man.
goodness.
Well, Dave, thanks for
thank
coming
you,
on the
Absolutely.
podcast. And also serving us well tonight. And
brilliant. Great night.
It was really good. I know when I first asked, you didn't know if you'd be in town and things like that.
Yeah, I'm glad
and
it worked out.
It did work out.
Yeah.
So thank you so much. Chuck, anything you want to say? Or
No, I'm good.
you're good?
Yeah,
You're about ready for bed?
I'm going to go home and go to sleep.
Okay, all right. Well, guys, thank you so much for being on Revival Town tonight, Dave. Thank you for preaching as well. And I know you will be back on
Yes.
the podcast again soon.
I'll climb another mountain. Or
Perhaps,
something.
do something.
I'll do something.
Something more,
something
bit
more
better than
adventurous.
that. Yeah. Perhaps we'll have him on as Santa at Christmas or something. We'll get a different outfit for
Thanks
him.
very much. Tell us about his trip to the moon. What was it
You
like
thought Mount
stepping
Kilimanjaro
on the-
was high.
Oh, man.
Oh,
small
man.
step.
Astronaut Dave.
Yeah. Oh, well, thank you guys for being on. And till next time.
Bye-bye. Oh,
It's not working. That camera's not working.
All right.
So
Just
just you want to wave? You want to wave at your camera? Why don't you wave?
Bye.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Oh, my goodness.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Revival Town Podcast. Make sure you're following us on social media and remember to subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. For more information, head on over to revivaltownpodcast.com.